Hello again, Internet. Welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the state of New Mexico. So, we've got a new property. I'm very excited about this. This is a piece of land in a region of New Mexico that I have been trying for many, many months now to get a piece of land in, to get a piece of property in, and it has eluded me this entire time up until now. As you can see, this property is located, quote, on an island in New Mexico. Really, it's a peninsula, but for conversational purposes, I'm going to round off, call it an island, because I'm just very excited about it, okay? So anyway, so we got property on an island in New Mexico. I really like this land for a number of reasons. Number one is it's very private. Number two is zoning law is non-existent out there. Anything you want to do, you're going to be able to do. Nobody's going to hassle you about it. And the third big one is the amenities that are close by. This property, for being as private and as unzoned as it is, actually is in easy driving distance of a lot of great things. So, let's get to it, guys. This is, reference number SJNM3561. It is located in San Juan County in the northwest part of the state. It is 2.5 acres, and it is priced affordably at $8,000. As with all of our properties, come down here, click on the GPS coordinates, any one of these five, and it'll bring it up on the Google Maps. So, let's first talk about this thing that I keep saying about islands and peninsulas. This particular property is located up here in the northern part of the state. You kind of get a sense of it this way. You got the Pine River right here. You've got the San Juan River right here. Both of these, they probably flow the opposite way, but I'm going to say they diverge right here, and they cut off this portion of land from the rest of New Mexico. This portion of land is called the Middle Mesa, and basically you have to drive up into Colorado and then drive back down to actually access this property. Obviously, it's not an island. I know. It's a peninsula. But I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Maybe you're watching this and you're like, it's actually not that cool. That's actually, it's not really that cool. But I think it's cool. So let me just show you this on here in the image gallery. As with all the properties that we have that are close to the marina, we have this map here. It's going to give you an excellent sense of what features, what amenities the marina has down here within this region, where the boat ports are, the boat ramps, excuse me. And where they have little stations at that you can do things, let's say. So this will give you a sense of this peninsula up here, this Middle Mesa that sits in the northern part of the state. But if you come to the gallery here, you're going to see that we actually included something we don't normally include, which are some, basic sense of driving directions. As with all of our properties, we encourage anybody who's interested in purchasing this, please go out, scout it, lay eyes on it, make sure it works for you. But it's one of these where we typically say if you click the directions button on Google Maps, you'll get turn-by-turn directions out to the land. Just enter your start point. This, however, is one of these where I suspect Google probably gives you directions, or GPS would give you directions that are better in theory than practically speaking. So we provided this in the gallery just to give you a sense of what route our photographer took. He took the 511 up into Colorado and then cut over on the 172 and came back down here. Furthermore, we have a second image of this just to give you a better sense of this route. Point being, if you're going to scout this property, there's about 11 miles of road from the state line down to the property. That road, by the way, looks like this. Photographer reported it's fairly well maintained, easily navigated. That being said, he drives the world's largest truck, so just an FYI, might be a little harder for smaller vehicles. But if you're going to go out there and scout this, you should probably study this map a little bit first just to make sure you know what you're doing, because as noted, I expect the directions will not be as accurate as they should be from Google. Anyway, all right, let me just zoom in and show you this for a second here. So this is the 2.5 acres right here. It's got Pine River Road going right through it. Pine River Road is I'm going to call it a major road. I think it's the only really named road out there in this region. Our photographer actually reported a decent amount of traffic on this road, surprisingly, while he was out there. I expect most of that traffic is due to the nearby sort of oil fracking stations that are out here. That's what I expect most of that traffic was. Whatever the case, again, if you come back to our gallery here, you'll get a sense of what this region is like. As you can see, there are power lines out here. I believe these are commercial power lines, not residential. You've got gas lines here, which of course are ubiquitous throughout San Juan County, particularly in these fracking regions. And then you've got water lines. It should be noted, I believe purple denotes not potable. Anyway, but if you scroll through the gallery here, you'll be able to get an excellent sense of what the property is like. Nice, flat, buildable land. Not too rocky. Should be easy to walk around on, easy to build on, things like that. And as you can see here, you've got nice views of the surrounding San Juan Mountains out there. I think if you go down a little further into the gallery, you can see more of these. So yeah, some nice scenery out there is the point. And our photographer's dog makes a cameo appearance right here. Anyway, so one of the reasons that I really like this region, as noted, the amenities that are right around it. As I mentioned earlier, we've got the Navajo Marina down here. This is the second largest body of water in the state of New Mexico. And if you come to our listing page, we have this thing called Points of Interest that has links to all of the things that are nearby out here. If you click on this one, it's going to bring up the Navajo Dam Marina website. I would highly encourage you just to kind of go through this. You can see all the things that you could do out there as far as boat rentals, kayak rentals, paddle boards, things like that. You can also rent a houseboat out there, one of these 48-foot houseboats. These big things take the friends, take the family out here onto the lake. This is pretty cool. The fact that this is this close to the property, I think, is a major selling point. A lot of great activities out there. You can explore that more on your own time, but what you'll see out here is that you also have easy access to the Heron and Vado Lakes, as well as Abiquiu Lake. All of these are in easy driving distance. So if you own a boat and you're looking at this land like, oh my God, this is great, I can take it out here onto the marina. If you ever get sick of the marina, you've got other bodies of water pretty close by. Furthermore, the other reason I like this property is that it's not just a seasonal property. It's not just good for the spring and summertime, because as you can see, the Taos Ski Valley is right here. It's about 2 hours to your east, or even closer, you've got Telluride about an hour to your north. So some of the best skiing in America is, you know, hour drive away, 2 hour drive away. Very easy to get to. Furthermore, I should just mention, just as far as easy access to small towns, down here in the close to where this is located, right up here in Colorado, you've got Durango, Colorado, which is about a half hour away. In fact, if we measure distance, just right click on this, say measure distance, and take it up here, you can see that's roughly about a half hour away. Out there, you're going to have, I mean, between here and there's going to be other places to do this, but I mean, as far as you get a lot of shopping, easy access to groceries and supplies, things like that, certainly out there, and points in between. Also, Pagosa Springs is roughly about 40 minutes away from this property as well. It should also be noted the Navajo Marina down here, if that's too far away from you, if this 10-minute drive and then 20-minute drive down is too much for you, you've also got a marina, hang on. You've got a marina right over here. Where's it at? Here we go. The Two Rivers Marina on the Colorado side. If this is easier to get to, you're going to be able to access boat rentals up here, jet ski rentals, things like that. You'll be able to take advantage of up here. So in both directions, you'll have that. I should also mention just very quickly here, other nice thing about this property is that it sits roughly about 1 mile from the actual river bank here. So you can make your way out there. You can go fishing along the river bank. There are no boat docks over here, so if you've got a boat, you're not going to be able to dock it anywhere over here. But obviously easy access to a lot of fishing over here. Anywho. All right, it should also be noted, as I said earlier, and I'm going to go back to the photo gallery just so you guys don't get bored looking at the map. It should also be noted that out in this region there are 0 planning and zoning laws. This is unincorporated San Juan County. They don't care what you do out here. So if you want to build a tiny home, a shipping container home, something like that, just live out of your RV without worrying about the local sheriff coming and telling you, you know, hey, get that thing out of here. You're going to be able to do that out here. So I think this is an excellent spot, not only because of the aforementioned privacy, but because you can come out here, you could build some sort of summer cabin, some sort of, you know, just vacation retreat, place that you go during the summertime, take the family to during the summer. And, yeah, it's a really nice region. It should also be noted, another major selling point of this property, another thing that I really like, is the price that we're able to offer it at. I said earlier that $8,000 is very affordable. If you come over to a website like Land and Farm and you look at comps in this area, let's just narrow down acreage. So this is a 2.5 acre property. Let's take it from 1.5 to, let's say, 4 acres and see what's available out there. So we're going to apply that filter, and then we're going to come here and we're going to sort by price lowest first. As you can see, you've got, so this is one of our properties right here, but you've got some rentals out here. These are first, and then you've got, this is the first major property for sale. This is our 2.2 acre for $10,000. We're even less than that. This property is $8,000. But that's up in Aztec. It's a different region. If you look at a region like this, this is comparable. This is Navajo Dam 2.5 acres, $21,000. That's the cheapest you're going to find. So either our $8,000 can buy you 2.5 acres, or you could spend $21,000 on 2.5 acres. If you come to the comps here, you're also going to see here's another 2.5 for $25,000. This is around the marina. Blanco, Aztec. Here's another Navajo Dam, 2.5 for $35,000, et cetera, et cetera. So obviously this $8,000 price tag, this is rare. You don't find this a lot. Now, I will just quickly say one thing I want to mention, interest of full disclosure. So we closed on this property through San Juan Title. We have a paragraph here that I encourage everybody to read if you're interested in buying this property. This was interesting to me. We closed with San Juan Title, and they came back to us and said, this property has no legal access. Now, what does that mean? All right. So as you can see, this is the 2.5 acre lot right here. It's got Pine River Road, pretty much the only named road on this peninsula out here, goes right through it. So what do they mean it has no legal access? Well, typically when somebody tells you it has no legal access, let me go back to this view, that doesn't help. Typically when somebody tells you it has no legal access, what that means is that it's landlocked. What that means is that you can't get to it without crossing someone else's property. That's obviously not an issue here because you've got a road going to it. So I asked the title company, I said, well, what exactly do you mean there's no legal access? It's got a road in it. We're not crossing anybody else's land. And they said, here's what they said, and I wrote this down here. When asked about this, our title company explained this may be because the road is not county maintained, which means there are no easements of record. I think that's the thing to note here, no quote-unquote easements of record. They further explained that sometimes there is an easement for the private road, but nothing recorded that connects it to the nearest public access. Now, what does this mean for you, the buyer? Okay. If your plan in life is to take out a $500,000 loan from Chase Bank because you want to go and build a really nice house somewhere in San Juan County, this is not the property for you. No bank, no lender is going to lend on a piece of property that doesn't have clear and marketable title, number one, or number two, legal access. Now, this has clear and marketable title. The title company insured it, but it does not have quote-unquote legal access. So if that's your plan, this is not the property for you. If, however, your plan does not involve taking money from a lender, if your plan is just solely, I want a vacation property, I've saved up $50,000 to go build something really nice, or I've got an RV, I'm just going to park it there indiscriminately whenever I feel like it, whenever I'm in the region, then this will not affect you. This is not really a big deal for you. That legal access issue really only has to do with when there's a lender involved, because a lender will not lend on a property that doesn't have legal access. So if you're going to pay for this in cash and you're going to go build a shipping container home and you've got all the money to do that, I would not worry about this legal access issue. And as noted, it has clear title. So just something to be aware of. All right, finally, let's get to the buying process. Here's how this works. With this particular property, this $8,000 price point, I anticipate anybody who's buying at this price point probably doesn't need or want title insurance. If you do, we'll close through a title company. If you just want to pay for this with 3 different credit cards, just charge $2,500 and $3,500 and whatever the remainder is. I'm bad at math. That's fine. We can do that. But the point is, we just ask you to click the Buy Now button, go to the secure page, and put down a $500 deposit. This $500 deposit is non-refundable. Once we have this deposit, we're going to contact you, figure out how you want to pay for the rest of this property. Just to be clear, this is not an installment sale. We're looking for a cash buyer. We just don't anticipate most people can pay $8,000 at once. So you put down the $500, we'll contact you, we'll figure out how you want to do the rest of this. If you want to close through title and escrow, that's fine. We will draft a sale purchase agreement. And actually, I don't have this queued up. Let me queue this up. We will draft a sale purchase agreement. If you come over here to how it works, buying from us, come to this page down here under the type of closing recommended, title escrow. We have this link. It's a link to one of our standard contracts. It's one page of legalese, we'll say, and then one page for signature. But basically, we will provide you something like this. You sign it, we submit it to the title company. They will do the rest. As San Juan Title has already closed on this should be fairly easy for them to get done within about a 2-week time period. If you do not want to close through a title company, if you're just like, I just want to give you guys the money and you deed it to me, you write up the deed, we can do that. You check out here. We'll contact you about how to pay for the rest of this. Quick thing, guys, I just want to mention, sometimes people give us money, like one of these deposits, and then they try their hardest to drag the process out for as long as humanly possible because it's clear they didn't have the money to buy the thing when they gave us the deposit. So they come up with excuses and they try to, make this thing go on for 6 months. If you put down a $500 deposit, we're going to be looking to close on this within a week. If you want to close through a title company, that one will take a little longer. That's the title company's schedule that they go on, but that's about a 2-week schedule. So, you know, don't give us the money if you don't have the full $8,000. Okay. All right. Hope everything's clear there. If you guys have any further questions, give us a call, 702-919-7170, or shoot us an email, support@hemingwayland.com, or guys, leave a comment here on the YouTube channel. 15 minutes of me talking, guys. I appreciate your attention, and we'll see you in the next video.